Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World of Wrestling. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys enjoy this maybe close to 20-minute review. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel, of course. And as always, leave comments down below on your opinions on the show, as well as my commentary and opinions about the show. So today we're doing WWE Raw. I was gonna say Raw is War, but this ain't no Raw is War at all. There's no war involved. There's nothing raw about Raw, period. This is just WWE bubblegum wrestling is what I call it. It's just bubblegum wrestling in my opinion. The show is alright. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that great either. I mean, it lost my attention in certain aspects, and in certain points it was just downright pitiful. So, again, like I mentioned, WWE Raw, June 1st, 2020 review. First thing right out of the gate, we get Seth Rollins with Buddy Murphy and Austin Theory discussing about their reason for attacking Rey Mysterio. Now, what I got from the dialogue, and it wasn't like openly admitting anything so far, is that they feel that Rey Mysterio is a legend. And Rey Mysterio, I guess in Seth Rollins' eyes, needs to go. Needs to go away, retire, end his career. He's done everything he should have done in his career, and he's done it all. So what's wrong with retiring, I guess, is what they were trying to say. They also ran a video package of Rey Mysterio's highlights of his career, then showing Seth Rollins also injuring Rey Mysterio in the process. Not really much of a retirement ceremony video package, I would say, to end it with that. Not to mention, I also kind of felt that he was also touching on Humberto Carrillo and Alistair Black as being wasted talent and taking up space. So between young talent that is not really talented in his opinion, and also legends like Rey Mysterio that are taking up space, not allowing other potential rising stars in the company to do something and become main eventers, that they need to go. They need to disappear and get lost. That's what I got from it. Now, after this whole spiel, Seth Rollins had a matchup with Alistair Black, which took up most of the entire first hour. This matchup wasn't that bad. Alistair Black did win this matchup by a big upset with a rollover pin. And so Carrillo actually distracts Seth Rollins in the process, causing him to lose this matchup by that upset rolling pin. After the bell, though, Rollins orders Theory and Murphy to attack Black, and they do so. Carrillo gets involved, but he also gets beaten up in the ring, and Rollins nails a stomp on Carrillo while Theory and Murphy hold Black back, forcing him to watch this whole entire thing go down. Rollins then taunts Black and talks more trash, hits a curb stomp on him as well, and the music hits, and him and his disciples go up the ramp. We get a look back on Apollo Cruz's winning of the United States Championship against Andrade last week. We're also supposed to be getting some kind of segment with Shawn Michaels discussing his opinions on who he thinks should win this matchup, more than likely. So there was also a segment during that point where Angel Garza and Zelina Vega were being interviewed by Charlie Caruso about why he attacked Kevin Owens from behind last week. Vega interrupts Caruso, but Garza interrupts her and says he's got this. Garza flirts some with Caruso, seeming like she was intrigued by the flirtatious attitude by Garza. Vega says they believe the win over Owens was triumphant because he saw something and took it. Garza flirts some more, and Vega rolls her eyes at them. Garza walks off. Vega grabs the rose that Garza received from Vega grabs the rose Caruso received from Garza, rips it up, and smiles as she walks off. Big whoop. So apparently, from what I'm seeing, is Garza might actually be hooking up with, Caruso might be hooking up with Angel Garza. That's how I see this, and they really do look like they have some chemistry with one another. And I do believe that Angel Garza in real life is engaged, so I don't know. He actually asked his girlfriend to marry him after he won the Cruiserweight title on NXT one night in 2019, late 2019. So that is up for debate whether, I don't know if Caruso is the person that he's married to, or this is just a storyline type of thing. But they seem like on TV they have some chemistry with one another. I wouldn't mind them paired together. Back from the break, we get a video for Randy versus the Hall of Famer Edge at Backlash. God almighty help us all. Why they keep hyping this up as the greatest match ever? Shawn Michaels, though, does provide comments on the match and picks the Rated R Superstar to win. He also mentions that they have set a bar very high for themselves, because based on a lot of the matches, Shawn Michaels was in a lot of great matches in WWE to begin with, such as Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. His match with The Undertaker at both WrestleManias, even though WrestleMania 26 wasn't as good as 25, 26 wasn't that bad of a match either. They put on a good matchup in that one. So at the end of the day, they're really setting a high bar. So WWE kind of put themselves in a creative corner here. They better deliver on the best match, or at least attempt to get this being one of the best matches in WWE history. If they don't, this is really not going to settle well for anyone. As a wrestling fan, being hyped up about this matchup being a big deal. You don't want to play around with your fans. You already lost enough fans as it is. Why do more damage and harm to yourself than good? Doesn't make much sense to me. So I would assume that they're going to go out there and put their as much hard work into this matchup as they possibly can and make this memorable. If you really want to make it memorable, make it a good matchup and make it the main event. That's the only thing I can say. But then again, Drew McIntyre with the WWE Championship, I would imagine should be the main event of this pay-per-view. But that's all to be seen on June 14th. We see what happened between Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley last week. MVP's backstage with Lana now. They have some words, and Lana slaps MVP in the face after they accuse each other of trying to use Lashley. She walks off, and we go back to commercial break. Big fucking deal. Nothing big here. Cruz was asked about his win and how he feels about everything. He was interviewed by Braxton. She asked him how it felt to win his first title in the history of WWE in his career, and he felt pretty good about it. His first opponent he decided to pick was Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out and he says he is picking him because he truly feels he deserves it. And Owens says, well, yeah, I deserve it. I'm one of the best here in this company. I've won every single title you can possibly earn in this company to begin with. So why wouldn't I be interested in, why wouldn't I be deserving of it? He just said, too bad your title reign ain't going to be that long. The United States Championship match goes right then and there. They, bump fists and shows respect to one another. Apollo Crews wants Kevin Owens' respect. And I like that. I thought that was a nice little touch on things. It was very athletic. It was more towards an athletic competition than anything else. The match ends rather too quickly, and it causes them this great matchup that could have been something, and instead Garza and Andrade interfere in the matchup, and it becomes a no contest. Congratulations. And what do they do when they come back from commercial break? They have Angel Garza and Andrade versus Apollo Cruz and Kevin Owens. And what do? They take Andrade, and he gets defeated by Apollo Cruz. Andrade is getting demolished. I mean, literally to the point of burial beyond burials. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't know why they're killing him off this badly. You'd have thought that maybe Andrade picking up a victory over Kevin Owens, or Kevin Owens picking up a victory over Angel Garza and getting revenge or something. But fucking Apollo Crews knocking off Andrade again, I didn't really like that. But hey, what am I going to say to this? I mean, Andrade hasn't been doing much at all in the last couple of months. Kayla's backstage with Asuka now. She's confident about beating Nia Jax at Backlash. And regarding Charlotte Flair tonight, she says Asuka is always better while Flair stays the same. The Empress never bows down to anyone, and she walks off. That's all. So, have to mention that Charlotte Flair and Asuka had an awesome match, but ended with a fucking shitty ending with Nia Jax interfering in this matchup and causing this to be a no contest, which I absolutely hated heavily. The Street Profits have a bowling match with the War Raiders. God help me, it sucked. It's horrible. I'm not even getting into it. It's a waste of everybody's fucking time. This is the worst tag team division of all time. Ever. SmackDown can't even do as bad as Raw is doing. Raw doesn't have anybody. All they got is these two guys doing sporting competitions with each other. Who fucking cares? And they're lame as hell. Billie Kay versus Nikki Cross. What am I going to say about this? Nikki Cross loses to Billie Kay, making her look like a weak link, which was heavily discussed during this match, that she's looked at as the weak link, and she ended up looking like the weak link of the tag team between her and Alexa Bliss. I guarantee if Alexa Bliss was in this matchup, she would have won this match. The only reason why Alexa Bliss lost on Friday Night SmackDown was on account of the fact that she was facing Sasha Banks. So, she can't have Sasha Banks losing while they're trying to build towards, hopefully, a matchup between her and Bayley. So, that's the only reason why Alexa Bliss lost. But if Alexa Bliss was going one-on-one with Billie Kay, oh yeah, Alexa Bliss would have won this matchup with no problem. The officials in the company would have Vince McMahon would chose her to win this match with no problem. This matchup was a fucking waste of time. Really horrible match. Billie Kay needs to get lost. She sucks, and I really would say Peyton Royce is garbage too. Charlie interviews Drew McIntyre, asking if he's concerned about Bobby Lashley when it comes to facing MVP tonight. Drew loves his challenges, and if MVP wants to get back in the ring to take another Claymore, that's fine with him. Lashley can have another one too. Drew goes on about lining everyone who wants one up and giving them a one-way ticket to Claymore Country. And he walks off. Okay. So, the next segment from that point was actually Rey Mysterio's commentary about Seth Rollins, his future with WWE, and so forth. So far, this segment was a lot like what Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho did back in 2008. Shawn Michaels was dealing with an eye injury after Chris Jericho drove his head through the flat screen TV for the Chris Jericho show that he had. I forgot what it was. Excuse me if I forgot. But yeah, he drove his head through the flat screen TV, making his eye all fucked up, getting glass in there. And that is pretty much what I'm getting from this. The same exact thing. Same exact idea. Only this time, his son is actually involved in this. And I'm very intrigued in that. I'm intrigued in the idea that Dominic could go one-on-one with Seth Rollins. If that happens, I think that's going to be an awesome match. Now, you guys may say to me, dude, you haven't seen the man even wrestle in the ring. You just heard him talk. I got a gut feeling. This is a gut feeling. I think that Dominic will be okay in a wrestling ring. I really do. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. So, that's just my opinion on that. I did like the delivery that Dominic gave. In certain points of the dialogue, he seemed a little bit over the top, I will admit. But by the end of this promo, he did an outstanding job. I don't know what Rey Mysterio is doing. His voice sounded like he had a raspy voice, or he was just whispering. It was like, sounded like Steven Seagal. Like, you, Seth Rollins, went ahead and you ruined my eye, and I'm a very forgiving man, but I can't forgive you for what you've done to me and my family. You know, sounding like that. I mean, it's just, it doesn't sound like Rey Mysterio. It sounded like he was trying to be quiet so he wouldn't wake up his family members as if they were trying to sleep. I don't know. I mean, I got a roommate who is sleeping right now, so I'm trying to keep it down here. But bottom line, Rey Mysterio says that Seth Rollins is not a messiah, and he's barely a higher power and so forth. And Dominic, after Rey Mysterio leaves the camera, he sits there in front of it like this, and he goes, "You like to be biblical, huh? Well, how about this for biblical? Eye for an eye." And then he walks off. And the way he delivered it, it was very powerful. It seemed like he really meant it in a way, if it was really happening, which, of course, that's not the case. This is all part of a script. But he did an outstanding job. And with just stating that one line, it came across so well. He delivered it very well here. And I actually enjoyed that. Nia Jax versus Kairi Sane. She also delivered some lame-ass promo. Nia Jax needs to go. Really. She needs to hit the bricks. This broad cannot wrestle. She's very dangerous in the ring. She could hurt her own opponent very badly. She doesn't seem to care about the well-being and safety of the people she's performing in the ring with, and it showed it here. She took Kairi Sane's skull and just threw it into the steel steps without no care in the world, and this poor woman got her head smacked right into the fucking damn ring steps like nobody's business. You got Nyla Rose in AEW. She performed Ryu, Riho. I'm sorry, I mispronounced the name. Riho, who's a very small Japanese wrestler as well, and she took better care of her, and she is a massive woman who's transsexual, but at the end of the day, she is now technically a woman in the eyes of the law, the world, whatever way you want to look at it, and she takes good care of her opponent. She took good care of her. She didn't go ahead and dump her into steel steps and all this other shit. She didn't seem like she was trying to purposely injure the woman. She's just trying to display some powerful moves on her without injuring her at the same time, which she did a good job of. Nia Jax, she just plays this... I don't know what she's doing. She's going in that ring and hurting people for no fucking apparent reason and being very careless. She hurt Kairi Sane in many different occasions, smacking her fucking head into shit, which was downright ridiculous. Don't like Nia Jax. I don't see even the reason why she's challenging for the title. But then again, you know, hey, there ain't nobody on this roster that's worthy enough to challenge for the title to begin with. Rob Grotowski, he lost the 24/7 championship posing in Boston, Massachusetts, which I don't know why he was outside. Boston is fucking covered with this coronavirus, with people getting sick from it. Why would anybody be out of their house outside of maybe getting food? So none of that made any sense, but who gives a shit? R-Truth wins back the title. Big whoop. Nia Jax also, I forgot to mention, wins this match. Randy Orton's backstage also. He discusses pretty much that he openly admits that, yes, he is absolutely correct. Edge is right. He didn't really go into these matches trying really hard to do anything special. He just went in there, did his job, and got paid doing it, and that was it. He says that Nature Boy Ric Flair says that he is the best wrestler in the world, and that's coming from one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So, with that, he got the thumbs up from Ric Flair. He feels good about it, and he plans on going into this matchup proving that he's the better wrestler, and he's going to beat Edge one-on-one. And that was pretty much the point of the segment. Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Already mentioned this. Not going to go into it again. And then we had Drew McIntyre and MVP go at it one-on-one. Not much to say here. This match ended very quickly. I think less than 5 minutes. Claymore kick to the head to MVP. Drew McIntyre wins, and that's that. And just before they went off the air, a full Nelson is applied by Lashley. And Lashley's trying to subdue Drew McIntyre, put him out. And the Raw went off the air, and that was all. Very abrupt out of nowhere. I kind of thought that segment was, but hey, it is what it is. I guess they were running out of time or something, or they just wanted to leave it as a cliffhanger and maybe hopefully get people interested to see what happened when they went off the air. And they'll probably air something, what happened when it went off the air, what they missed or something like that for next week. So that was pretty much it. So anyway, at this time, guys, as usual, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel, and of course, leave a comment down below how you guys felt about the show, how you felt about this video on my commentary for this event, and let me know. I'll get back to you on that. And I thank you very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. Bye.